Hi guys, this is Jeff with Buckeye CPA. I got a call from a client the other day. Now that it's tax time, people want to know what do they need to gather, what information do they need to bring to get ready for their tax appointment, or what do they need to do their taxes? And the short answer is everything. You really want to bring all your pertinent tax documents, but let's go down the list really fast, starting with the official tax documents that get sent to you from the various entities. You're going to include your W-2s, any 1099s that you receive, Social Security statements if you're getting Social Security, interest and dividend statements from the bank, brokerage statements, if you have an E-Trade or Ameritrade or Edward Jones or Fidelity account, Coinbase if you're trading cryptocurrencies, you want those documents as well. Any of those official tax documents, mortgage interest statements, charitable giving statements. If you have kids in daycare, the daycare usually sends you a statement that shows how much you paid them, which is usually a small fortune. You want to get, what else is there? Tuition statements, if I didn't mention that, student loan interest, just all these things get mailed out to you. K-1s if you're, partner in a partnership or own a piece of an S corporation, something like that. You should get mailed all these tax documents. Usually they come by the end of January, but sometimes you get some late tricklers that come in, or corrected or revised copies that might come in, a month or two later. And sometimes you're waiting on K-1s. Maybe out until September if the partnership's a little bit slow. But all those official tax documents, the IRS gets copies of those, so then they use a matching program. So you want to make sure that you get all that information, so when you file your return, it matches up with everything the IRS has on file. That's one way you can avoid getting maybe an unfriendly letter from the IRS saying you did something wrong. Other than that, if you have your own business, you should have some kind of books and records for that business as far as all your gross income, and then categorize expenses for rent, utilities, office expense, payroll, taxes, things of that nature. Hopefully you have some sort of automated system like QuickBooks or Xero that you've been keeping track of that. If not, most people have a spreadsheet. If you don't have something like that, then you're probably going back through your business bank records and looking at all those so you can kind of categorize your income and expenses from that. Deduction wise, medical expenses, most people can't even deduct their medical expenses, but if you're in a situation where you have a lot of medical expenses, you want to keep track of those. Like I said, mortgage interest, you've been paying interest on your property, real estate taxes, you can still deduct those for 2017. Other expenses, state and local taxes paid, sales taxes paid. If you're in a state with no income tax, you want to make sure you deduct your sales taxes. Charitable giving, unreimbursed employee business expenses. If you're on a W-2 but you drive a lot for your job, you can deduct some mileage or other expenses that you might pay. So really all this information is pertinent to gather everything. Also, there's some one-time items. If you got married or have a divorce, bring a copy of your divorce decree so we can kind of look through that and make sure there's alimony being deducted if you have to pay that. If you bought or sold a home, you want to bring that information, the closing documents on that, the HUD-1 statements. Sometimes there's items on that we can deduct as far as prepaid interest or some prorated real estate taxes, things of that nature. Anytime you buy or sell a property, whether it's a rental property or a personal home, you want to make sure you bring those HUD documents for that. And then, everybody's got their own special, unique circumstances. If you have paperwork on that, if there was a lawsuit or a legal claim or some type of theft or different things, we want to make sure you have that as well. Gambling winnings, if you got lucky and hit the lottery or made it big in Vegas or something, you want to make sure we have all that too. And really talk to your accountant, talk to your taxpayer, and they should be asking you all the questions to make sure that they have all the information they need from you, because you're not the expert. You might not know everything that you could deduct or need to bring. So like I said, the short answer is everything. Hopefully I gave you some good detail on the things to look out for. And if you have any questions, call your tax professional.